Hello dear viewers, my name is Nino and today we're taking a closer look at the Reolink Argus. The Argus is a small security camera which is actually run by batteries. It can output a video quality of 1080p and it requires 4 batteries, to be more precise, 4 CR123A batteries. Now this doesn't sound like something you've probably heard, but it is a special type of battery which can hold a lot of energy but is not too big. So it's a very good compromise, and the interesting thing here is that there's no option to use external power whatsoever. This camera is designed to be either inside or outside but not connected to a constant power source, meaning that the camera itself is actually not going to be something that is designed to be turned on the whole time. It will be in standby mode. You can set it up to react to motion, and then as soon as it detects there's movement, it's actually going to start recording and then go back into standby mode. That's how this camera is capable of working with 4 batteries for what would be between 3 and 4 weeks, as long as you don't have people passing by constantly and forcing it basically to record non-stop. That is very cool because I found these batteries by just doing a simple Amazon search for 16 euro. For these 16 euro there were 12 such batteries, and since we need 4 batteries for a cycle, that means that we have essentially a 4 euro price for 4 batteries, or around 4 euro per month. That's a very good price, and it makes it very convenient to use the camera itself in this way. You'll see that we have several holders in the packaging. Of course, the special magnetic holder here, which is what most people will be using probably, and the reason for that is that the magnets are really strong, so they hold the camera very well. You're not going to have any trouble with that. In order to make the camera work, we have to insert the batteries first, so here's how we're going to do it. You have to download the application from the specific app store that you have, Android app store or an Apple app store. The application is available there. Use this special tool for opening the camera. It's very easy. You're not going to have any difficulties with that, and as soon as it's connected, it's going to start talking to you. It's going to tell you to start up the application and to set it up. Setting up the camera itself is really simple. It guides you through the process step by step, so I found it to be really easy, but still, just to be on the safe side, I'm still going to show you how I'm doing it here. I'm not gonna really be skipping any steps except where I actually enter password and username of my Wi-Fi, because, you know, security reasons. First, we're supposed to scan the back of the camera. There's a QR code at the back of it. A reader is implemented inside the application. You just click on setup camera, and the funny thing is the camera talks the whole time. Now I've edited out the audio here because you're supposed to be able to hear me instead of the camera, but the camera is going to tell you different things, and the application is straight out going to ask you, did the camera say, and then write the words that the camera is supposed to say, and if you heard them, you confirm it, and then you move on to the next step. This works flawlessly from the first time. I had absolutely no difficulty setting it up. What disappointed me a little bit is that the camera is designed specifically to be used with the phone, so you're not going to be able to watch the recordings or anything else on your browser, to your computer, or you know, use any kind of additional software on your PC. If you want to control this camera, you have to settle for the phone. This is really the only point that disappointed me about this camera. Everything else was very satisfactory. As I took a look at the quality of the build of the camera, it feels really sturdy, it feels nice, it is water resistant. And by the way, as soon as you finish the setup here, as you can see, you're going to get several suggestions on how to use the camera so that you have the longest possible battery life on it, and so that you use it properly in general. These are very useful, so I advise you do take a look at them and read them thoroughly. Now moving on, we're going to take a look at the application itself. With these cameras, I always have the problem that I worry that the software is not going to be so good, or the quality of the actual physical camera is not going to be good. Well, surprisingly, none of the two is the case here. The camera itself feels really nice, as I said before, and the software is really fledged out. You have no problems with it. It works really well. It works really quickly and everything. It has all the standard features. The camera supports two-way audio, so that means that you can hear what the camera can hear, and you can even talk to somebody on the other end of the camera, which is really convenient. The 1080p is enough for you to be able to see really far, and since you have a wide angle lens here, you can really see when the distance to the left and to the right. It just has a very wide angle of surveillance, and that's going to be very useful. Just again, be sure you don't position it somewhere where a lot of people pass by, because you do not want constant motion activating your camera, sending you push notifications on your phone, sending you emails, and above all, wasting your battery. Now you can set a lot of things when it comes to the camera. You can set things such as date, the name of the camera. You can set of course the hertz. All of this is nice, but as I've said, very standard fare. Now the good thing is that you can also set the quality of 2 different streams. One's going to be your fluent stream, one's going to be the clear one. Obviously, if you have lesser bandwidth for some reason, you should switch to the fluent stream. While that one actually downgrades the video to 720p, it's going to be without any kind of slowdown. If you go for the higher quality one, you should have enough bandwidth so that you can check your camera without problems. As you can see, the camera can also anticipate how long the batteries will last. And moving on to the night vision, you're going to see that the camera is dealing with that very nicely. I'm actually quite surprised here. While this looks quite illuminated, there are only 2 light sources in the back and they are relatively dim. This, however, also shows a slight weakness. You do not want to position the camera somewhere where there will be lights shining straight into it, because the result of that will be that the camera might be blinded by light. Now, this is not the case here. I find it absolutely acceptable, but if you are going to use it in a garden or something like that, make sure you don't have a lamp straight in front of the camera, because that is essentially going to make the picture very bright and maybe difficult to recognize. Other than that, I'm very happy with the night vision. You can zoom in through the application, you can take a look at everything. In terms of surveillance, this camera is excellent, and so far I've been asked by many people if there is a camera that they can use with just a battery without having to plug it into the power. If there ever was such a camera, this is the best option you're going to have so far. In the past there were some others, but they either had really bad software or the hardware wasn't particularly good. With this particular device, I'm really happy overall, and I think that at the price of around 110 euro, this is a very good purchase, and I can recommend it to everyone interested. I'll have links in the description of this video towards Amazon, so if you want to take a look at this camera or buy it, by all means feel free to use my links. I'm grateful for that. And at this point, I would like to thank you for watching. I hope I've been able to inform you, and I hope you'll take the time to take a look at my other videos, because they're quite interesting as well. Have a great evening, and thank you for watching my videos.